OFPG Voices is brought to you by the following sponsors. Board&Dice creates games where strategy and family fun collide. Some of their latest releases are La Granja Deluxe Master Set, Books of Time, Barcelona, and Nucleum. Their ally program lends support to underrepresented voices in the hobby. Pandasaurus Games prides themselves on innovative, groundbreaking designs with art that pushes the boundaries of creative expression. Some of their latest releases are Sea Salt and Paper, Mind Up, Nacho Pile, The Fox Experiment, and Emerge, just to name a few. To check out their full catalog of games, accessories, and more, visit pandasaurusgames.com. Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Fan Plays Games. Voices, yeah. Yes.
And welcome back to another week. This week, everybody.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about civilization-themed games.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes.
I like that.
And we have a great lineup.
Yes.
We're going to kick it off with Daniel from Tlacuaches in La Mesa.
Yes.
He's going to give us a game review.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then following that up is going to be the Nerd Shelves.
Okay.
Michael and Judie.
Yes.
And they have a top 3.
Uh-oh. I want to see what they got. Y'all.
And then last on the docket, but not least,
Here we go.
is Amanda Panda.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's doing an interview with the couple who runs Mozaic Games.
Yes. Here we go. Yes. Now, family, first off, though, we're going to do a good human segment. Now, Starla is not there, but we have a very special guest. Now, you've probably seen him on the Dice Tower, and he also has a YouTube channel called Flipside of Board Games. Mr. Sam Healey. Let's go.
There's a lot of talk going around about how we can make the board game hobby and industry more user-friendly, as it were. Now, I don't use this term user-friendly lightly either. It's quite purposeful. You see, the way I see it, making sure the hobby is user-friendly is the only way it will continue to grow as it has over the last 10 years. Now, that isn't a doomsday quote to say that the hobby will magically vanish if XYZ doesn't happen. I just don't think it will continue to grow. But with that being said, the question of how presents itself and begs discussion, so here we go. How can we as individuals seek to ensure that our hobby, the whole, continues to be more increasingly user-friendly? What mannerisms can we instill in our own personal lives to help move the needle forward? I'll paraphrase a quote I heard at a convention once that went something like this. If we want a better world, we need better continents. If we want better continents, we need better countries. And if we want better countries, we need better states. If we want better states, we need better counties. And if we want better counties, we need better cities. And if we want better cities, we need better communities. And if we want better communities, we need better neighborhoods. And if we want better neighborhoods, we need better families. And if we want better families, we need better... You fill in the blank with whatever part of the family that you are. But how do we know that what we're getting is something better? By what standards will we test to see if the changes we're making in our lives and ultimately in our hobby are for the better? I'm of the opinion that there are 4 pillars to making our hobby more user-friendly, and I'll talk about them from least to greatest importance, keeping in mind that I believe they're all important. The first pillar is genuine respect. If we can't respect one another, I can't see how our hobby will ever be genuinely user-friendly. Oh, we're good at telling people we respect them in their presence, but when they're not around is when how we truly feel about them is revealed. That isn't genuine respect. It's just a show. We can disagree with someone all day long and twice on Sunday and still have genuine respect for them, because respect isn't necessarily agreeing with what one says or does. It simply sees them as a fellow human being worthy of being treated as an equal. Respect accepts differences. It speaks in honesty and openness, and it remains polite. The second pillar is individual humility. Our culture today seems to be bent on us living our lives in the importance of ourselves, and that to me is contrary to promoting a user-friendly environment. I'm neither advocating that we abandon trying to be our best selves nor calling for us to ignore introspection. It's quite the opposite, really. When we have a modest view of ourselves, accepting the differences we perceive in others becomes more commonplace. Instead of struggling to piece together how in what way I might be better than someone else, my time can be better spent on understanding how differences can accentuate our experiences and make it richer. Without humility, we will be blinded by our own inaccurate view of how important we are. The third pillar is accountability. We as individuals must be responsible for our actions. Furthering on that, we must also be willing to be held accountable for those actions. This means that we must be willing to allow our close peers the freedom to talk to us honestly and respectfully about our shortcomings so that healthy relationships can continue to thrive. Now, this is a scary thing for most, if not all of us. Most of us have done wrong in our lives, and the vast majority are not proud of it. Opening ourselves up to criticism, however it is to be carried out, is a scary thing. So I'm not speaking from an ivory tower here. I simply believe that this is important to having a user-friendly hobby. Don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for anyone and everyone to feel the freedom to open season on some perceived wrong. The stronger and closer the relationship, the better the result will be of being held accountable. The fourth pillar is love. The English language continues to do this word injustice. Greek culture had at least 3 words for love to be used more specifically in various contexts rather than just one word to be used to mean various things. Eros was used to mean a more intimate type of love, particularly in a sexual sense. It's where we get the word erotic. Phileo is used to describe the kind of love found within a familial or a common bond. It's often referred to as brotherly love. And finally, agape is a general, unselfish, and sometimes sacrificial love for our fellow humans. This is the one that I think most closely describes the kind of love that our hobby needs. And I believe it is the very bedrock upon which the other pillars discussed here should find their foundation. We will never be genuinely respectful unless our minds are consumed with loving those we encounter. And we will never truly be humble unless we are focused on loving others. And criticism without love is simply harsh and divisive, and it counteracts community. Love is a verb, and its truest form is found in action, not merely our words. We can say we love something, but unless our actions bear testimony to our words, they're frankly meaningless. So may I challenge you today to live in love towards your fellow nerds? It will enable you to truly respect those around you. It will allow you to have a more modest view of yourself and be more focused on what other people need. And it will make you more open to criticism and transform your criticism of others into words of encouragement. Thank you so much to Mick and Starla for having me on the show. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.
Hola amigos, mi nombre es Daniel y bienvenidos a otro episodio aquí en Our Family Plays Games Voices. Déjame preguntarte esto. ¿Te gustan los juegos con temática de civilización? Si tu respuesta es sí, entonces te presento Ancient Knowledge. En este video te voy a enseñar cómo se juega Ancient Knowledge y después te voy a dar mi opinión con respecto a este juego. Ancient Knowledge se juega en un número indeterminado de turnos. El punto de este juego es de que creas un engine enfrente de ti para que todas estas cartas de construcción trabajen juntas y te puedan generar la mayor cantidad de puntos al final del juego. El turno del jugador se divide en una fase que tienes que seguir paso a paso. La primera es la fase de acción. En esta puedes tomar 2 de 5 diferentes acciones. La primera es crear. Esta se trata cuando bajas cartas de tu mano y las colocas en frente de ti. La siguiente acción que puedes tomar es aprender. y es cuando nos enfocamos a este tablero de tecnologías. Cada una de estas cartas te indica qué es lo que necesitas tener para que tú puedas tomar esta tecnología. Cuando la tomas, muchas de estas tecnologías te brindan un poder automático, o muchas de estas otras te brindan puntos al final del juego. La siguiente es archivar. Esto se trata cuando descartas una carta de tu mano y te puedes deshacer de estos conocimientos, toques de conocimientos que se encuentran enfrente de ti. La siguiente acción que puedes tomar es excavar. Cuando las cartas llegan al final de el otro lado de tu tablero, y te voy a explicar ahorita cómo llegan aquí, puedes tú tapearlas y te da la oportunidad de que puedas jalar más cartas que puedan venir a tu mano. La última acción que puedes tomar, y que es la que no recomiendo mucho, es buscar. Es básicamente jalar una carta extra que llegue a tu mano. Después de que hayas completado esta fase, se viene la fase del paso del tiempo. Esto es cuando te tienes que fijar en tu tablero que tengan cartas que se activen en esta fase. Vas a hacer lo que te indique la carta y tú puedes hacerlas en el orden que tú quieras, obviamente para que te beneficie en tu estrategia. Lo siguiente es lo más importante, y es la fase de mover las cartas. En esta fase todas las cartas mueven un paso a la izquierda. Esto representa el paso del tiempo de esta civilización que estás tú tratando de salvar. Cuando las cartas se encuentran en el número 1, que es el último número que se encuentra aquí en tu tablero, es cuando se pierden. Si las cartas tienen conocimiento dentro de ellas que tú no te pudiste deshacer de estas antes de que salieran de tu tablero, vas a tener que conservarlas. Y es algo que tú no quieres. El juego va a continuar y cada jugador va a tomar turnos hasta que uno de los jugadores llegue a 14 o más cartas fuera de su tablero. En ese punto todos los jugadores van a tener un turno más para que sea equitativo con todos. Quiero dejar algo muy claro. Me estoy saltando bastantes detalles que están pasando en el juego, pero ojalá ahora tengan una idea de cómo se juega Ancient Knowledge. Ahora vamos a mi opinión final. Este juego es increíble. Mi mecanismo favorito en este juego es esto que está pasando aquí arriba del tablero. Cada una vez que colocas las cartas y al final de tu turno se mueven un paso a la izquierda, es tan temático. Cada una de estas cartas que representa pues diferentes monumentos, diferentes pirámides, diferentes artefactos, con el paso del tiempo se van perdiendo. Entonces lo que tienes que hacer es pues tratar de salvar el conocimiento que viene en cada una de estas cartas, porque el arte en especial también está muy bonito. Todas estas cartas son únicas con respecto a la imagen que te está mostrando, y sobre todo esto, cada una de estas cartas hace algo completamente diferente. ¿Qué es lo que significa? Que te abre la oportunidad para diferentes estrategias. Cada una de estas cartas trabajan una con otra, y lo padre del juego es de que vas a encontrar pues diferentes combinaciones para que todas estas cartas trabajen de una forma que funcionen para ti. La verdad es un juego que recomiendo muchísimo, en especial si estás buscando algo que tenga esta temática de civilización. Ojalá tengas la oportunidad de checar Ancient Knowledge y nos estamos viendo en el siguiente video.
Hi, welcome back to another Voices from Our Family Plays Games. I'm Judie from the Nerd Shelves.
And I'm Michael.
Thank you, Our Family Plays Games, to include us in Voices. Today we're going to talk about the top 3 Civ games.
Yes, top 3. We were going to do top 5, but we decided to do top 3 because the 3 games that we have, while yes, we love them and they're great games, but each one of them has something a little bit different about them that really sets them apart from all those other civilization games out there.
Okay, so let's start with number 3. Number 3 is Seven Wonders Duel. This is published by Ripple's Productions. It is for only 2 players. right? Seven Wonders Duel.
Yep.
And it played really quick. It's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it is a pretty quick game. It's actually an implementation of the original Seven Wonders,
Yes.
but this is the 2-player game.
So how do we go about with this game?
Okay, so the reason why this is on our list, it is a strictly 2-player game, and we love it. Yeah, it's different than many Civilizations games. It doesn't really have the same feel in that this is more just card drafting.
Yes.
It's set over 3 ages. You're collecting different cards to add to your civilization, which help you produce different resources. And as you collect these resources and produce resources, you can build better production sites, and eventually you're going to be building the actual wonders.
Yeah.
That's why it's called Seven Wonders.
Yes. It's very straightforward.
Yep.
It's very simple to play.
It is.
And it's really quick too.
Very
I love
simple,
that.
but it's fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That is our number 3. Number 2 is a bigger box.
Yep.
And this is the Golden Ages. This is published by Stronghold Games. It's for 2 to 4 players. And the game can play for 60 to 90 minutes.
So this is more of a basic Civ game. You know, the Civ games that we're used to, where you're starting out with the basic ways to build your civilization, and through the game you're upgrading things. And
Get better and better.
Right, and as you're upgrading, you're going from horseback all the way up to rocket ships, and your military's getting stronger. You know, that's how most Civ games work.
Yeah,
You're building your civilization through different ages. But what sets this one apart from some of the other ones, especially the ones we have here, is the map of the world. You create it as you go.
Yep.
And on these tiles are different resources that you can start collecting and gaining points for and things. And I thought that was really, really, really cool. It's not the prettiest, but it is definitely one of my not only favorite Civ games, but one of my favorite games of all time. I really, really like this game.
Yeah, don't let the box cover fool you.
Yeah, exactly.
Give it a try. So that is the Golden Ages. Number 1, Tapestry.
Yeah.
Tapestry is published by Stonemaier Games, and this one can play for 1 to 5 players, so you can play a solo. And this can play 90 to 120 minutes.
Yeah.
A bit longer.
It is a bit longer, that's for sure. And actually, it's quite a bit longer when you and I play it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's so many things happening.
Yeah, so again, this is more of your typical Civilization type game where you have the different tracks that run around the board, and you are upgrading your military, upgrading your transportation, upgrading your technology, just like in the Golden Ages.
Yeah.
But one thing that really drives this game are your tapestry cards.
Yeah, it's important.
And every round you're turning over new tapestry cards. And that really drives your strategy and gives you some really strong special abilities.
Yeah.
Plus, this game has another board, which is like a map set up in quadrants.
Yes.
You're also collecting these buildings that are miniatures.
Yes, different sizes, right?
All different sizes, different shapes, and they're fantastic. But you take those and you put them on your little private board, so there's a little bit of a Tetris element to it. And where this really shines for me is the production value is incredible.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
No doubt. So that is our number 1 for Civ games, and that is Tapestry. So that is our top 3 Civ games.
Yes.
What are your top 3 Civ games? Leave in a comment.
Absolutely.
Until next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Panda Talks. I'm very excited to bring you the designers and the publishers of Mosaic Games, Falgun and Sweta.
Yeah, nailed it.
Awesome, thank you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you did before board games?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Shweta. Falgun and I are husband and wife. We are from Bangalore. And before board games, I was in the IT industry. I was a project manager there. And my husband was the creative one. He will support himself.
Yeah, I was in the IT companies as well. I was working as a business analyst there, bridging the gap between the developers and the business. So that's when I learned how to break down a complicated requirement into bite-sized pieces, which helped us big time in writing good rule books.
Rule books,
So
yeah.
I've always been into game design, and when I was a child, I used to design my own games. And throughout my life, I've been designing games, but it was always just for the family. We'd be like, "Hey, it's a Saturday night, and these guys are just watching TV or something like that." We're like, "Okay, you know what? Why don't we try this thing out and we play a quick game?"
Yeah.
So I would take Scrabble and probably make a word game out of it and stuff like that. And somebody told me that, hey, you could actually make a business out of this. And that never clicked. I mean, at that point of time, it was more like a hobby and a small thing. I never thought of it as a business, which could actually make money. So I went on to start my own creative studio, ran it for 10 years. So basically, I'm really lucky that I always, I have a support system who would allow me to do what I want to do. So I never wanted to work under a boss and stuff like that. I wanted to create something and which would tell a story, right? So I had this creative studio, and around this time was when we used to travel a lot and go to a lot of these toy stores and things like that, and then we would hit this shelf full of games, and this entire long shelf of games, and we were just thinking, man, none of these are available in India, right? We started off with Catan and Ticket to Ride, and this is ages ago, but none of these are telling a story about India, right? So and then we did a little research, and then we realized India is around 30-40 years behind the world when it comes to board games adoption. And that's a weird thing because India is full of nerds. So that's when we were like, okay, this is weird. Let's try something. We started with a simple war game, and that's how it started. That's how the dice rolled, and now here we are churning out games. We're organizing board game conventions. We have a board game store. Yeah,
It's been a ride. Yeah.
That's so awesome. I mean,
so the interesting thing is there have been a lot of Indian games, just that the gameplay wise and the way the theme and the game is like stitched together, it never used to. It's nowhere close to how the European games are, like any of the modern strategy games. And that whole revolution happened only recently, especially I think when we started with Indus and people saw what Indus can do. And so to be really honest, the board game community as a hobby is still at a very nascent stage in India. Yeah. Though we are like a country full of nerds, IQ just topping way up there. It's very strange that for some reason board games never made it in. I mean, we know the reasons because we are in the business of board games. So we slowly started realizing what are the roadblocks, and these are the roadblocks that we have to cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what kept both of us awake all night, figuring out, okay, so manufacturing has to be done here, artwork has to be done here. Very nice. We'll get the game out, it'll be world standard. I mean, a quality standard would be like, it can match Blue Orange Games or any of these games. But unfortunately, there is no distribution channel in India. Can you believe it? We are the only board game store in whole of India.
wow. I had no
And
idea.
it's 2024.
I know there's a board game cafe. I don't know if.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're right.
there
Yeah.
are plenty of board game cafes, but they don't sell.
They don't
buy
sell.
games there.
Yeah, they don't sell.
Oh.
So, yeah, so that was the biggest, that's a big. I mean, even after having a store, people are not aware of modern strategy board games because they have zero exposure to them.
Yeah.
What are the avenues for them to check out new games?
Yeah, only now the cafes are opening, but
Yeah.
they're opening up fast. They're
Mhm.
mushrooming all over the place. So that's a good thing.
So we also made a game called Chai Garam, where it's based on the chai culture of India. It's very, very, very different from the rest of the world when it comes to chai. The kind of ingredients that you put into it, and it just so good. And the chai, so we learned that some of the tea leaves that come for, that are put into the chai, Like for example, you might have heard of Darjeeling tea leaf, right? You might have heard of. Have you heard of Nilgiris or any one of these?
No, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, so they actually come from 4 different parts of India.
Oh, wow.
The Darjeeling is like the eastmost, and then we have some in the north, which is Kashmiri tea leaf. Then you have Nilgiris tea leaf. So they're all from different parts of this country, and how it actually impacts the chai, it also matters. Like green tea typically use lighter, more fresher tea leaves versus Darjeeling, which is a little bit more stronger.
Yeah.
So it was like Assam and all of these have really strong tea leaves. Like the aroma is great, the taste is strong and stuff. So we wanted to tell the story of the typical chaiwala, and more importantly, it came from a friend of mine, Siddhant. We actually had a contest on our site at that point of time that you had to design a 18-card game, but it has to be a strategy game.
Oh, wow.
And I did not expect the number of submissions. We got crazy. We had to shortlist 57 best ones out of that. Chai Garam was one game.
Yeah.
So Chai Garam is actually something which these people on railway stations and things like that, they actually yell out. They have a hot, steaming pot in their hand, and they'll carry like a big stash of cups. And they go around saying chai garam, chai, and chai garam.
Garam means
chai.
hot.
Yeah, garam means hot. It's not garam masala.
Yeah.
So garam means hot.
Hot chai.
Hot chai.
That's the.
And he just designed a 18-card game with front and back of each card having some purpose. And we were like, dude, this can be a full-fledged game. I think it's going to be awesome. Especially in this particular game, the new edition that we just launched, it's a more refined edition because we took it to Essen.
Yeah, Essen. We demoed it. The first edition, we demoed it there. Yeah, we got a lot of feedback also. So we tweaked all of that, and it's in its best possible state now. We are very proud of it. So we can't wait to, get.
Especially because Naveen and Monique picked it as,
Yeah.
an anticipated, one of the most anticipated games at Essen. We were like, what?
Hey.
Our game?
Yeah.
So cool. And then,
So this is.
Is that the original?
no, this is
No,
the
this
new
is the
one.
new one.
This is the new one, so
Oh.
it has a badge.
It
Oh, I
has
love it.
it has auntie here.
Oh.
Oh wait, I have to show you what's so cool about it. So this particular one
Mhm.
has these extremely adorable cups.
They're super cute.
Oh my
So these are teacups.
goodness. Oh my gosh, they're
Yeah, these are like-
plastic. I love it.
Yeah, it has a texture like
It
a
looks
typical
like an
tea glass.
actual teacup.
So we
Oh,
have them
wow.
all in different colors, and we got some of the backers who backed a particular reward to have their illustrations in the deck. So you might find a lot of familiar faces.
Awesome. For the last question, how do we outside of India get your games, get games designed by other Indian designers? Can we get them through you? Like, what is the best way?
Okay, that's a great question because unfortunately, even in 2024, it's pretty difficult to grab some of the Indian games because shipping out of here to any country is really expensive.
Yeah.
We luckily have a US entity, so we sort of figured out a hack to ship to the company in California. You can buy our games on mosaicgames.com. It automatically picks it up. We have some of the stock in our warehouse in US, and it ships really quick, right? And people can get it in like 5 days max.
And it's like $5 shipping for a game. So we've really
It's all her who's priced it like that. I don't know why she gives a discount, but
no, because
we are absorbing the other $5. So the
It's
idea is, yeah.
we want to make an impact. We want people to try out our games because usually that's when the hesitation comes, right? When the shipping is really high. They'll be like,
So that was the biggest development that we had last year. Pushing our stock to a warehouse there. and it's doing great. I mean, from November, December onwards, it was available for people to order. So anything that they see in India, they could actually buy, and it was amazing. So they can buy it on mosaicgames.com. Boardgamesbazaar.com is our OLGS, online local game shop. So you can people can come to that store, and they have a wider choice of games from all the other designers as well. So
But the
shipping is a little expensive because we ship it from here. Yeah, since we don't have the license, you need some safety certificates and etc. for shipping across to US and stuff. So yeah, we ship it all the way from India. It's not too much, in fact. It ranges from what, $15 shipping.
It goes up to 25.
25 goes up to 25 based on how big the game is. Boardgamebazaar.com is also an international store.
Yeah.
So people can buy, we ship it across.
Thank you so much for figuring all this out. I know you were learning on the fly, as most of the board game industry is, and I think you are doing an amazing job. I'm very excited to check out more games. Yeah, it is going to be awesome when more people get to see more of your games, and I love what you're doing. Please keep it going.
Thank you, Amanda. I mean, you just made my day and made our day, giving us a chance and an opportunity to, talk about our small, crazy journey. And if we run into each other at one of the conventions, I can't wait to play a game with you.
That would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think suddenly the world has become smaller because now we figured out this logistics part. We're meeting more people often, and it just feels like you've met a family member. That's how warm people are.
Yeah, the board gaming industry overall
industry is like that. Yeah,
super welcoming.
Yeah. Especially BGG Con showed us that side of.
Oh yes, they were so.
They're super sweet. We're having lunch. People would just come sit with us and have a conversation, and we discover so many things.
Is there anything you want to promote at the end so that people keep in mind, besides going to mosaicgames.com and boardgamebazaar.com?
Anything else?
Yeah, so we have a couple of games coming on to Kickstarter and GameFound. So one of the games which will be going on to Kickstarter soon is actually we don't know which one, but we're choosing one of the games. Honey Scouts is one which will we want it to have a second print run because people love it. Steph loves it, and a lot of people love it. Kuru Dynasty is the next big game coming out of our studio. We're working with a lot of people, and it's a story which you guys will love. And these are stories which we have grown up listening to. So this is I can't wait for you guys to check it out. So it's all these chariots, and there's a battlefield, and you have all these powers, and it's very cool. There are quite a lot of small card games which are coming out and things like that. So every game is going to tell a story from India. That's the intention.
I love it. We can find more information on your website, social media.
Yeah, so we are super active on Instagram, and for some strange reason on LinkedIn. But T-Talks is something to look out for. We'll be having T-Talks board game convention in multiple cities in India, and I think it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Thank you so much, both of you. Please, everyone, go check out their games. If you want to get to know the Indian culture a little bit more, or just play some fun games and support some wonderful people, please check out their website, pick up a couple of their games. Thank you again, and everyone have a great day. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye, Amanda.
Bye.
All right, another great episode.
Yes, love it.
Yeah,
Yes.
now first I want to say thank you to our awesome sponsors.
Yes.
Board&Dice.
The best. The
yes,
best.
they're going to be with us all year. We're so
Yes,
excited
all
about that.
year.
And then this month, we have Pandasaurus Games.
Here we
joining
go.
us.
Here we go. Yes.
So thank you guys so much for
Support them.
sponsoring. Yes.
Support them. They help us.
Yes.
Support them.
And we also want to say thank you to our wonderful contributors.
Yes.
Now, Daniel came up with this review for a game I've never played called Ancient Knowledge.
I've heard a lot about it, and I definitely want to play it. He doing his review makes me want
it's
to play it more.
interesting.
Yes, I definitely want to play it. Yes.
I
yes.
love that review. I thought it was great.
That's one we have missed out on. I want to check it out.
Yeah,
I
and
definitely want
I
to check
just
it
love
out.
what the voices bring to our channel and to the hobby.
Yes.
Different views and different opinions, and
Yes.
they play games that we don't get a chance to play sometimes.
Yeah, we all don't
And then
play
they
all
tell
the
us-
games.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
tell us about it. It's like now we got to go play it.
Definitely. Got to go play it. Now we got to go get it.
Yeah.
We got to go get it.
And
yes.
then next were the nerd shells.
Yes.
Michael and Judie are so cute.
Yes.
And I love their top 3.
Love them.
Now, the first game they came up with was one that we have trouble with.
Now that's a relationship
Yeah,
tester.
We have trouble with
Seven
this.
Wonders Duel do not play. It makes you want to just get you mad.
That game,
Get you mad.
we love this game, but we don't play it too often because you got to be in the right mindset.
I'm so glad Michael and Judy still together, because that thing will test your patience and your relationship with your
Yes.
partner.
Especially if you have a partner who wants to take all the resources at the beginning of the game.
I don't
and leave you with
understand what you're
nothing.
saying. I don't understand.
And that's when you have problems.
I don't
You have
understand.
problems.
Well, yes, I understand,
But it's
because
a
you take away.
fun-
And let me tell you, it was one game, family, where she took all the resources I
That
needed.
is not true.
Yes, you took
It's
them
not
all,
true.
and it was a miserable
No,
game.
I
I had to question a lot of stuff, because I said, why she do that to me?
You've done that to me.
I thought she loved me.
No,
it was
you gotta
hard.
reverse.
It was hard.
You've done that to me.
It was so hard.
That is not
It
true.
was so hard. But I tell you, Seven Wonders Duel, now
It's
great
a
game,
great
but
game.
it'll test you.
Now the next one that they talked about, the Golden Ages.
I never heard of that one.
But again,
They
it's something-
surprised me.
Yeah, I want to play it.
I
you
want to
know?
play that. I want to play that one.
And then the last one on the list was Tapestry.
We have that
which
one.
we have
Yeah,
Tapestry.
we do have that
So
one,
those
yes.
were 3 great games.
3 great games. Yes, yes, yes.
And then Amanda Panda.
Amanda Panda does her thing. Y'all, she
Yes.
does her thing. She is our interviewer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was able to talk to the husband and wife team, Falgun and Shweta from Mosaic Games.
Yes, we met them at
Yes.
Dice Tower. not Dice
BGG.
Tower. At BGG.
Yes.
Yes, we met them, and they are such a lovely couple.
Wonderful couple.
And
their
what they're
games.
and
Oh.
what games they're bringing into the mix, into our hobby, is so needed.
Awesome.
So needed.
They
The
gave us a
culture,
lot of games
yes.
to play, and we
Yes.
played one, Chai Garam.
Oh, my Lord.
Where you are a chai
Yes.
maker or merchant, and you're selling your chai to people and different customers.
Great game.
Fun game.
So much culture
game,
is
yes.
added into their
Yeah.
games, and that game,
Yes.
you learn stuff, but you have fun doing it.
Very much
And I think
so.
there's another one where you're doing boat races where they
Yes.
have it's 108 people on a boat.
Yeah.
And you're
I don't know if
racing
it's
it.
108. It's 100 and something. But it's a
No,
lot
they
big
said
number.
I think he
I think
told
it's
us
a big-
it's a big
long
number, but it's a boat race
Yeah.
that's in the traditional
The
culture,
longboats, yeah.
longboats in India,
Yeah.
and I mean you just learning stuff along the way and having fun.
Yeah, now one thing they
Yeah.
taught us, and I don't know how many people know this, but chai is tea.
Yes.
So when we here in America say, I want chai tea, what you're saying is you want
Tea.
tea.
Come
so
on,
if you
come
want
on.
chai, you get chai, but you don't
Yeah.
need to get chai tea
No, you don't.
because it's redundant. You're saying the same thing.
Now-
and I thought that was interesting.
Now, the one thing I have, that I haven't done, and it's kind of strange to me, is when you're putting milk in your tea.
Yeah,
I haven't
think
done
that's
that.
a very British thing. We don't do
Is that British? Yeah,
we don't do milk here.
I don't do milk. No, you like
Yeah.
milk? Don't put no milk in my
Oh,
tea.
honey, sugar.
No, I'll do
lemon.
honey.
No, I said we do honey.
Yeah.
Lemon,
Yes,
sugar.
yes.
Cinnamon.
Yes.
Lots of things, but not milk.
Milk.
Yeah, we
I don't do
do.
milk, But I need to try that one time. They gave us some,
Yeah.
some stuff that, they gave us like little packets
Yeah.
of kind of milk tea.
Yeah.
I got to try that out.
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
try that out because, I don't know about the milk, but we'll try it. We'll try it.
But it was a great episode,
Yes.
and our contributors once again just brought it.
Knocked it out of
They
the
brought
park.
it. So
all the
thank
time.
you so much,
Yes.
contributors.
Yes.
So that's it.
Yes. Now, start talking about our merch. This
All right.
merch right here. This shirt,
Yes.
exclusive.
Well, of course, you can get our normal T-shirts on spring.
Yes.
But this one that
This
we're
one.
wearing is the OFPG.
Yes.
This is our vintage shirt. We've got our logos from Voices and OFPG on here.
Yes.
And you can only get it at the BGG store.
Exclusive, y'all.
Exclusive to BGG.
Yes.
So if you want a new shirt, this is the one.
That's the
Got
one.
both of our shows on here.
Yes,
So
yes.
be sure to support and get a shirt. Go to BGG.
Now, when is our next episode, Starla?
All right, our next episode comes
Yes.
out on February 21st.
Okay.
And we're going to be talking about tile placement games.
Oh, I love them. I love tile placement games. Yes.
Now, I don't want to end this episode without saying
Okay.
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month, baby. Yeah.
Now, you know, Black history is American history,
Yes.
and it is 365 days a year.
Yes.
But this is the month that it's recognized and celebrated in America.
Let's do it. And learn some good stuff, because I always do. So learn some stuff, y'all. Learn some stuff. Now, Starla, where can they find OFPG and OFPG Voices during this great month of Black history? Yes.
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games,
Yes.
or OFPG Voices,
Yes.
you can find us on Facebook, Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter,
Yep.
right here on YouTube,
Right here
on our website,
on our website.
and TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. Thank you so much, Fatty, for coming out and definitely looking at all these beautiful voices and talking about all these great things. Definitely check out our sponsors, support them. They help us do great things, so definitely give them a look. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. But there's one thing, family, one thing we want you to always know. We love you.
Bye
now.
everybody.